Hello, you wonderful human being, wherever you are in the world right now. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending some time with me today, and I hope that I can return the time you are investing right now with some really valuable knowledge that is going to change your life for the better. Or I hope you're entertained in some way. I hope that this is a net positive experience for you. Anyway, let's jump straight in. So, I'm going to be sharing with you some really powerful inner game and outer game on how to build a network. Now, what is a network? What is a network? It sounds very trendy. Let's go to a networking event and network. Let's network with people. I had a great time networking. That's so lame. It's so lame. When it comes down to it, networking is building strong relationships with other people. That's what a good network is anyway. Now, I would go a step further and say that a great network is strong relationships with people all serving each other. And the best, we'll add one more thing in. Great relationships with people all serving each other who deeply trust each other. That's the ultimate network. A group of people who are there to serve each other and they all trust each other deeply. So that sounds like something that you're not going to find at one of these networking events, okay? That sounds like we're going to need to understand a few more things and able to kind of access that. Now, look, you can buy into networks, and these are great. You can buy into networks, but just because you buy into a network doesn't mean that you have a strong network. It doesn't mean you have what we described. Let me explain. So for a very long time, there's been these amazing clubs in London where you pay, let's say, a few £1,000s a month, and you go there, they're hidden away, and then you network with other people inside of those clubs. You make connections. A lot of high-level business people go there, smoke cigars. Okay, now this is kind of an online thing. You join online networks. Now, just by joining the network, yes, you'll have had to sort of prove yourself to a certain standard, but just by joining that network does not mean that you now have a network. It doesn't mean that those people completely trust you. Okay, you're going to have to sort of still build relationships. Okay, so you can't just buy this. This is something that you have to build. Now, I keep saying strong relationships. A network is strong relationships. So, to be someone who builds a strong relationship, you have to be a giver. So if you want someone to open up to you, share insights with you, share themselves with you, be somewhat vulnerable, you have to be that first. You have to be willing to do the same. You have to go in with the intention of doing the same, that you are a giver. And that's when you build these strong relationships, because there is trust. Now, what I wanted to talk about was some really powerful things that I was writing down as I was preparing for this video. And kind of some frames to hold. And this is inner game. This is all inner game. Some frames to hold when you are networking. So when you are networking, when you're doing proper networking, which is building strong relationships, these are some frames that, I've kind of cultivated over the years. Now, a very quick bit of background. This is something that's always fascinated me. It's something I've always learnt about, social dynamics, kind of the dating dynamics, creating polarity for attraction. Because what we want to be is we want to be an attractor. Okay, we want to attract people to us. We don't want to be out there chasing. Hey, be my friend. You want to be my friend? You want to be my friend? No, go away. You're annoying. You want people to come to you. You want to create polarity, just like a magnet. Okay? You want to attract it to you. You want to become an attractor, so you need to become an attractive person. Now, all of this inner game works for relationships as well. It's the same. It's the same. Okay, it's social dynamics. It's exactly the same. There's a few, obviously, tweaks and nuances when you're kind of dating and looking for girls. Or girls are looking for you. But again, it's all inner work. Okay, so I'll give the example of, I hate pickup. I hate this idea of pickup. I think it's so cringe and it's for losers. Pickup is for losers. I've been studying pickup, and I know that if you say this and then I like touch her hair and then neg her, throw some negs at her, she'll just fall into bed with me. You fucking loser. You fucking loser. Yeah, maybe that works once, but you're a loser. But you're an absolute loser if you do that. Okay? And I know this was popular perhaps a few years ago when books like The Game came out. But those people are losers. Those people are losers. What they need to be, they're focusing on outer game and tactics. They're focusing on tactics where it's all about inner game. The truth is, and this is the same with relationships or dating as it is with kind of this networking and building strong relationships, it's not really so much about what specifically you say. It's about how you say it. It's about how you come across. It's about how you hold yourself. It's all the inner work that you've done. It's the inner game that is important. That's what's important. That's what matters. It has nothing to do with, I said this particular line and it just worked. Her clothes fell off when I said this. Losers. Losers. So we need to, in order to be attractive, we need to hold a strong frame. Okay, and again, I'll use the example of dating. I'm sure you've heard when a man has the option of an abundance of women. I'm not saying that a man should be just sleeping with hundreds and hundreds of women, but when the man has the option of lots of women, okay, that's a good frame for him to be in a relationship, okay, because that's an attractive frame. Because when you're with someone, they know that, okay, if something goes wrong, if they start being, rude and really disrespectful, you can leave. You'll go, okay, look, you're treating me in a way that I do not want to be treated. You've crossed the line for me. This is all my boundaries. So I'm going to get rid of you now. And it's not really going to bother me so much because, look, there's plenty of other women out there. I know that. Even if I don't want to date one straight away, there's plenty of other women out there. So, and then they're gonna be like, oh, okay, sorry. Whereas if you're the guy who's like, oh no, it's okay, you can walk all over me and say whatever you want and I'll just take it, then they will continue to do that and they'll probably end up leaving and cheating on you because you've suddenly become very unattractive. You've made them the one, the only one. You are the one. Now, I made this mistake in the past, okay, but I think it's one of the big learnings you make as a man. Okay, so it's all about holding frame. Frame is so important. So let's get into it. So these are some things and frames that, like I said, are kind of cultivated over, over some time now. Now, this one is great. What is meant for me is meant for me. What will be, will be. People, situations, and finances come to me exactly when they are meant to. Does that sound like someone who is chasing? Does that sound like someone who is out there chasing? No. What is meant for me will meant for me. The people, situations, and finances will come to me exactly when they're meant to. And they will, and I believe that. The right people seem to walk into my life at the right time, all the time. Every day I seem to be around the right people. I'm not out there searching. I'm just working on myself. And I just meet the right people. People, situation, and finances come to me exactly when they are meant to. This moment right now is the best moment of my day. This moment right now with you is the best moment of my day. This is the best moment of my day. Right now. This is the best moment of my day. Right now. This moment is the best moment. This is so good. This is so good. Because all we ever have is this moment. All we ever have is this moment. So let's squeeze the juice out of it. Let's make this moment the best moment. Why can't this be the best moment of your day? Everything's okay, isn't it? You're sat here watching this video. Wherever you are, things are okay. around you, things are good. It's the best moment of your day. What a great moment. You get to be alive, you get to watch a video. You sat at home, you're laying on your bed, you're on your laptop, you've got a laptop, you've had some food, you've seen some people today. Great. It's what a great moment. Try and come into that each moment with that energy, especially when you're around people. When people are having fun, you know this when you come around someone and they're having a bad day, okay? And I'm not saying that I walk around my life like as just one vibrating orgasm of just everything's fucking great, man. That's not what I'm saying. But in general, coming into social situations, holding that frame of not thinking, I can't wait to leave here, or later I'm going to do this. It's just, hey, look, this is great. This is a great moment. Let's have a great moment with these people here. This is going to be great. I wonder what we'll talk about. That's a very different energy from thinking future or past, worrying about something, or being angry about something that's happened before. Just trying to be present with it and just be like, hey, let's make this the best moment. It's a really strong frame. Now, the last two here go hand in hand. I don't need anything outside of me to be happy. I have everything I could ever need right now. Everything I could ever need right now is right in front of me. All the tools, all the finances, people, I have it. Everything I need is right here, right now. Got everything I need. Got this beautiful studio, some water. Everything I need is right here, right now. I'm not putting any pressure on this moment to be different than it already is. I have everything I need. And then the last one, and again we're talking about social situations here. I am here to serve. I am here to serve. Now, this is a really, really strong frame when paired with the last one, because you've said, I don't need anything outside of me to be happy, and that includes people. So you don't need any person to be happy. You don't need anything that person can do or for you to be happy. And you are here to serve. Now, when someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, look, I'll help you with this, I'll do this, you get a bit like, what do you want? But if you can hold the inner frame of, I do not need anything from you, but I'm happy to help. I do not need anything from you. I don't need anything. I'm fine. But I'm happy to help. If you need some help, I'll give you some help. That's a really strong frame. And people can trust you. If you pair those two, people trust you. People can't help but trust you. You don't need anything from them. There's no ulterior motives. I have everything I need. Okay, you come, you go. So we're going to move on from frames. So those are some frames to perhaps cultivate and think about. And obviously, just by reading them, you perhaps need to do some internal introspection to kind of build these beliefs out. Now, so that's all the inner work. We went deep on some inner work there. That's all inner work. That's stuff you do inside of you. Now let's kind of look at some outer work and how this actually works in kind of social situations. Now the reason that we go deep on the inner work is because really this is the most important thing. As above, so below. Your inner world creates your outer world. It's all inner work. Everything is inner work. Everything is inner work. But there are some tools, tactics, techniques, things you can implement, strategies, frameworks that you can use to really help harden those things into reality. So when you're meeting people, show genuine interest. Now, to show genuine interest, you must be interested in things. Okay? To show genuine interest, you must be interested in things. You must have a keen interest in things. So you can't fake it. If someone starts, you must, and again, I did a video on T-shaped people where you should know a lot about a lot of different things and be interested, and you can always be curious, and you can always be curious in kind of learning more. Okay, you don't have to be an expert on something to kind of show interest. You can be like, I've heard of this. What does that relate? And you have to be genuinely interested. You have to be someone who is interested in learning from others, and that is such a powerful thing to do, because when you show genuine interest in people and the things that they're interested in, they love talking about it. I love talking about it. If you ask me something, if you ask me about funnels, I'm going to go off, and people who've met me, and if you're watching this, you know this. If I start talking about business and I start talking about like this business and why I'm in it, you know that you're like, you've just lit a spark. You know that you're just like, oh, right, okay. I'll get so excited. I get so excited talking about it. And I've literally had referrals that way. Like someone who was just not even like, just someone I met. They kind of asked me what I did, like, and I was chatting to them, oh yeah, like, you know, weather, whatever. Then they asked me something about, you know, what do I do, or exactly, and could I explain a bit more? And they showed interest. They didn't just be like, oh, what do you do? And then I said that, and they're like, okay, bye. They just were like, oh, so what does that specifically look like? What a dangerous question to ask, because I went, well, let me tell you everything. And I was excited, and then they actually referred me, just purely off my enthusiasm towards what I do. They referred me to a client. So, you know, that's worked, like, not against me, but, you know, it works. This works. You know when someone shows a genuine interest in you, you light up. Yeah, this is the thing I'm interested in. This is my moment to shine. So use that. Use that. Show genuine interest in people. Be curious. Ask them questions about the things they're interested in, but be genuinely interested. Okay? Be a curious person. And they will light up. And when people are talking about themselves, like I felt amazing talking about all of that because I love talking about it. So I'm associating these feelings, these good positive feelings of excitement, love, enthusiasm, while looking at this person. So I'm looking at them directly in the eyes. There's a few other great things I could tell you here. I might have to keep some of those. Anyway, but I'm looking at them directly in the eyes, feeling excited. So now I'm associating these good positive feelings with them. Okay? Also, genuine praise and stand out from the crowd. So genuine praise. Oh, you're getting some good stuff here. Genuine praise. Compliments can sound weak and can sound fake. Compliments are they're a tricky route to go down. Particularly someone who's high value. Because everyone compliments them. Oh, well done, I love this. Okay, great. 100 people have said that to me. It's like a beautiful girl. Hey, you're beautiful. Oh, yeah. 20 people have told me that today. It means nothing. It's cheap. It's a cheap. It might be, you know, it's a cheap compliment. So you need to stand out from the crowd. You need to stand out from the crowd when you're giving someone genuine praise. Okay, stand out from the crowd. Now, the way you can do that, you can kind of, and this is, you know, the more social interactions you have, kind of the better. But when you can tell that someone's either overcome something, if there's something difficult that they've overcome, that's a great thing to praise. And praise kind of the mindset that got them there, or the tenacity they showed. And just say, hey, look, that's that thing you overcame. You know, yeah, that really like inspired me, because I know how difficult it is when you're feeling like this, and to be able to just take action and do X, Y, and Z. That's really inspiring. So I just wanted to say that it was really inspiring to hear that. You know, again, be genuine, okay? But that's a genuine, some genuine praise, because you're associating that to kind of something, and you're also relating with them as well. So it's like double. Okay, so these are the types of things you can do. Some genuine praise, but find something that not everyone else is going to be praising, particularly a higher value person on, or something they're working on, a new project they're working on as well. I think I heard that from Arlen, who's great. Arlen's great. A new project that they're working on. Give it some, you know, big it up. Oh, that's a really interesting area you're in. Interesting. Okay, these are all great things to do. Okay, stand out from the crowd. Now, it takes one to know one. Let's flip that on its head. It takes one to know one. So if I can find, this is why, so a lot of people who are actually really, really insecure, they're afraid of giving praise because they think it might make them look weak. But if you are giving praise to someone, and it's genuine, how are you able to give that praise if you cannot directly associate and relate to it yourself? It takes one to know one. You're actually putting yourself, by praising someone, you're putting yourself on the same level as them, particularly if it's a high value person. No one's higher or lower value, it's just we're all equal. But you know what I mean. But if you show genuine praise, it takes one to know one. So how would you be able to praise if you have not done that yourself? Okay, so it's not going to have the effect of whether like, yeah, okay, I'm amazing. You know, they're going to be like, oh, well, that person's recognized something. That means that they must have experience in that area as well. So it actually, it puts you on the same level by being able to show this type of praise. Okay, it's something that people find tricky. You know, they feel people who are insecure, people who don't actually believe in themselves, they're the people who will not give praise. They will try and bring people down. I'm sure you know people like this. They'll try and bring you down. But hate never comes from above. Hate never comes from above. Okay? So, I hope you've got some valuable stuff so far. So, I wanted to give some free game here, and these are things I've been doing for years, and they just work. Now, I have one app on my phone. What's it called? It's called like Microsoft To Do. I don't use it for anything else. Let me see if I can find it. Microsoft To Do. I don't use it for anything else. I don't know if you can see that. Names. There you go. Apart from writing down names. So when I meet someone, I write down their name. Anyone I meet, I write down their name, and I write where I met them and something distinctive about them. Okay, see if I can give you, let me give you an old one so it's not someone I've met recently. This is, I meet anyone I meet, I write their name down. Okay. So here we go. So Mufasa, big guy, tattoos, help me with dumbbell press, kind. I remember exactly who he is. Okay, so I've written down their name and I've written down something so I can associate with them. Yeah, like where they work, if I've met them in like a coffee shop or something. Anyway. So I write down their names and I write down something that I associate with them. So, and that's for you. Don't share this with people or them particularly, but something that like you associate with them to help you remember. And then when you see them again, or if you haven't remembered, just by doing that, you're more likely to remember their name. Like I rarely ever check, but if I haven't seen someone in a long time, I'm like, oh fuck, who was that? I've got it. Yeah, that's where I saw them. Bam. Jason, how are you, sir? And this person's like, fuck, I haven't seen you in 3 months and you remember my name. You're awesome. They're instantly happy. Oh, hey man, how are you? And then, oh, sorry man, like, what was your name? A lot of the time they remember. When someone else, and this is where you meet someone, I'm rambling a bit here. When you meet someone like that, let's say Jason here, has also remembered my name, I know that he's a G. I know that Jason's on the same stuff as me, okay? So I like him. I'm like, this is someone who makes an effort, okay? So there's a lot of respect there, okay? So remembering people's name is a huge one. That will open so many doors. Now, another little trick, and all kind of high-value people that I've been around, I have a lot of friends who are serial entrepreneurs, a lot of people I've met on like planes and kind of like lounges and stuff, people who they just ooze kind of success, and kind of got chatting to. This is something that I've seen. I don't know if it's from a book. I don't know if they've all read like a book and it's from there. But this is something that I just kind of started copying because I saw a lot of successful people do that. And then I kind of, stepped it back and worked out why they do this. So let's say we're in business, flying, and I'm chatting with someone, okay? And they say, so the air hostess comes. And she's like, oh, would you like a drink? And I'm like, yes, please. I will have a fizzy orange pop, madame. She's like, oh, a fizzy orange pop. Yes, sir. And then she goes, and you, sir, to the person who I'm talking with. That person will go, make that two. Make that two. Okay, now this is something I see all the time and I've just started emulating. And make that two. And then I look at this person and I'm like, you picked the same thing as me. We have the same taste. I like this person. Okay, so what you're doing there when you do that, if someone does that to you or you do that to someone, you're validating their taste. You're validating their choice. Ooh, it's like you patting them on the back. All I did was order a fucking drink. Oh, good job. Great choice. Great choice of drink. That's what you're doing. You're validating it. And it must be in some book somewhere because I see so many people doing it. I've started doing it myself. Someone orders something, make that too. I made a good choice. That's how people feel. It's such an easy thing you can do. Unless it's Coke. I just don't like Coke. So if someone orders a Coke, they're on your fucking own. Anyway. Also, this is a good one. Speak about people behind their back. This is great. This is such a good thing. I speak about people behind their back all the time. And ideally, there's 2 different ways you can do this. So when someone's just leaving a situation, you've been chatting, let's say 3 of you are just chatting, and I've got to go. Just as they're leaving, and they're just kind of like 2 or 3 arms lengths away, give them a compliment to the other person. They're great. I really, really like them. They're just a really good person. They come across like this. I really enjoyed that when they said that. What a great guy. What a great girl. Just so they can hear it. Okay? And they kind of know why you're doing it, but it's really good. Now, one step further than this, because, this works, and I know that this is something I think Alex Hormozi sort of said, and it is a good thing to do, but do it to their face, in front of other people. Even better, rather than speak behind their back, do it to their face, to the other person. And this takes a lot. So if there's 3 of you talking, and someone says something that you like, or you just really like, they're talking about something, what I like to do is I like to literally turn to the other person and just go, aren't they cool? I like them. They make me smile. They make me laugh. And just say what is going on in my inner dialogue. I don't hide it. I'm not like, oh, I think they're really cool. Just say it. But I say it to the other person. Because it's a bit weird if you just say it directly to them. But say it to the other person. They're cool. I like them. Aren't they good at telling stories? Aren't they good at telling stories? And they're going to be like, oh, yeah. I am. And it's just good. It's just a good thing to do, okay? It raises the energy, okay? Again, all of this has to come from a genuine place. People can sniff if you're just a fucking weasel who's just making shit up. Be genuine. I'm giving you some sauce here. I'm giving you some real sauce. Now, I had one more that wasn't on there. Bring people into conversations. That's another one. Bring people into conversations. So if there's 3 or 4 of you having a chat, and you can see someone's being is a little bit quiet, and they're not, maybe they haven't got the confidence to speak up, bring them into the conversation. Hey, Tyrone. Hey, Tyrone. Isn't that something that you were actually talking about earlier? What was it you said about that again? And bring them into the conversation. If you can hear that someone's being quite quiet, bring them in. Find an opportunity to bring them into the conversation. Rather than making it about you, bring them into the conversation. That's another great thing that you can do, particularly at busier events. Some people have different kind of levels of anxiety or whatever. So bring people into conversation. And also, this is a great way for you to kind of be, what's the word? Not the anchor, but the source of networking. People come to you for networking. So what you can do is, let's say there's a group of 3 of you chatting, there's someone over there going, do you know what, you've got to speak to so-and-so, come over here, right? Yeah, so-and-so, this is Gavin does this, and you should definitely have a chat about this. Oh, awesome, yeah, and this is Gavin, this is Gareth, and Gareth does this, and you're like this, and da-da-da. So then you're bringing people together. That's a great thing to do as well. And then the last one, and I spoke about this at length, I won't go over this too deeply. I spoke about this at length in a podcast I did with the Harbonator, my friend Sam, who's an absolute legend. I love him. Learn about watches, and I'm going to use that as a call to action to go and watch the podcast and find it. Okay, you're going to have to search all the way through and find that bit, and that will help the algorithm. Got you. But yeah, learning about watches. If you're looking to level up and meet some really, really interesting people, learning about watches is a great, great, great thing that you can do. So go ahead, go and watch that podcast and find it. But look, I hope that's helped. Hope that's helped. Try to give you a load of stuff there. And as with everything, as with absolutely anything, business, relationships, literally everything, it's all about inner game. It's all about the inner work, as above, so below. It's all about who you're becoming and who you are in here. Your inner world creates your outer world. It is so true. It is so true. So always focus on the inner work first, which is why I try and always kind of lead with that in these types of things. But yes, I hope that has been helpful. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming along for the ride on this one. And look, I hope these really, really help. These have been some things that have really opened some great, great doors for me. And most importantly, meant that I've made some great friendships and connected with people who I just really, really love and admire. That's the best bit about all of it, is that you get to spend time with really cool people who you love, admire, who appreciate you, and that's what life's about. People. I have a very good friend, and he always says that life's about people, and he's so right. That's what life's about. Okay, so these are some kind of ways that you can build your network, but realistically what we're talking about here is building strong relationships with those around you and with new people as well, building strong relationships. So yeah, I hope that's helped. Appreciate you. Go ahead, check out some of my other videos. If you are a talented professional, you're stuck in a 9-to-5 like I was, and you're fed up with that and you would like to earn some decent money, you'd like to go up to 6 figures a year doing what you love, having locational freedom to do it from wherever you love, having locational freedom just so you can go and see your mum on a Wednesday afternoon. Okay, if it's very, very possible. Okay, it's very, very possible. So check out some of my other videos where I kind of go more into the business and show you exactly how to build out offers and yeah, make a bunch of money online, teaching something that you're passionate about and has a big impact on others, and something you get paid for decently as well. That's what I feel like I'm called here to do. I believe that we need more you in the world. You need to put more of you into the world, and when you're stuck in a job that you don't like, you're being drained of energy and you're not able to share your gifts. So I'm all about giving people the tools and resources that they need in order to be able to share their gifts full time, and that's why it's important that you get paid for it so that you can do more of it. Okay, it's so important that you get paid well for what you're doing so you can do more of it and help more people. Okay, right, appreciate you. I will catch up with you soon. Have a beautiful day wherever you are.